Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another day where I'm reviewing One Piece chapter every single day. We start off with chapter 8. Nami enters a new character. Da da da. So, cover art is kind of just like a basic it's kind of like detailing like stuff that's happening to like Luffy and Zoro as they're just like sailing the seas. And currently they have a bunch of these little like penguin birds. From what it looks like they're all just saluting as like there some of them are like laying across like near kind of like the rails of the ship. Luffy's kind of following suit and just kind of swimming up, and Zoro's just staring at one of them as he lands on a sword. Pretty funny little scene. Nice way to start off. First starts off with kind of like Luffy, I assume, saying, "Ugh, I'm so hungry." And Zoro basically immediately responds, "It's weird that you have absolutely no navigational skills." And Luffy's like, "Why? I've always been just wandering." And Luffy's like, "You're like me too, wandering and capturing wanted pirates for rewards." Is always saying, "I don't remember me saying that I've lived completely off of rewards." Zoro says, "I was searching for a man, that's why I left the sea, but now I can't find my way home." Zoro continues on saying, "I had no choice but to start hunting pirates for a living, just to get a little bit for the living expense." Luffy immediately responds, "Oh, so you're lost." And Zoro's like, "Shut up, you're the one who's lost." Zoro just kind of keeps saying, "Geez, never heard of pirates who didn't know how to navigate. How do you expect to go to the Grand Line like this? You should hurry and find a crewmate who knows how to navigate." And Luffy kind of says, "And someone who knows how to cook, and someone for singing." And Zoro's like, "Idiot, what are you going off on?" And then they both just kind of like fell fell down, kind of being like, "Oh, so hungry." And then Zoro kind of looks at saying, "Oh, a bird." And Luffy's like, "Looks pretty tasty." Then there's no react. Then there's like still just a bird like calling up above. And Luffy just immediately says, "Let's eat that bird." And Zoro's like, "How are you gonna eat it?" And kind of Luffy says, "I'll go get it. Watch my specialty." And then he stretches his arms and like grabs onto the mast. And he just goes go go rocket and just flings himself as high as he can to get the bird. And Zoro kind of sits there and thinks, "I can't believe he thought of that." And then all of a sudden, just a bite noise. And then Luffy kind of goes like kind of like a little yelp, just like ah. Zoro's just like, "Huh." And then it kind of shows that Luffy got caught by the bird, and the birds fly away, and Luffy's screaming help, and Zoro just immediately responds, "You idiot!" And then Zoro just immediately grabs the oars and starts rowing the boat, being like, "What the heck are you doing? Jeez!" And then they kind of hear like saying like, "Hey, stop the boat over there, stop!" Zoro kind of looks back saying, "Huh?" It's like there's people in trouble too. As Zoro kind of says, "I don't have time to stop. You guys get on yourselves." And they're like, "You what did you say?" And then they just kind of like row, and then like Zoro just kind of rows past the guys as fast as he can, and then the three guys just kind of catches onto the boat. He just kind of like jumps in, and then Zoro kind of is like, "Hey, your climb skills aren't bad." And then the guys are going like, "Were you trying to run us over?" And then they kind of just go, "Thank God." And then one of them's like, "Why is this guy so reckless?" And then it's kind of revealed saying, "Hey, stop the boat. This is the pirate buggy territory." Zoro sister is kind of like, "What?" And then it just cuts to the three guys getting beaten, and then like they just kind of go, "What?" The guy on the left, on the right of Zoro, looking at this, he's a middle-looking dude with kind of like looks like a baguette for a hair. He just kind of go, "Hoi hoi, ho 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 ho," and then just kind of going one, two. And then the guy in the middle is kind of like clasps his hands, kind of like he's forgetting, says he has a play mouth. And then the guy on the left has like an anchor chain, big, massive hands, and it's going, "We didn't know you were pirate hunters, or we are really sorry." Zoro kind of says, "You three made me lose track of my friend. put some back into it. If I don't find my friend, you three are in for it. And then Zoro's kind of like, oh yeah, why were the three of you drifting in the middle of the ocean? And they're kind of going, yes, good question. You finally asked. And then Aldo kind of goes like, that girl, yeah, that bad girl. And then the guy on the left goes, but she's real cute though. And then the guy with the baguette hair just kind of says, the three of us just finished robbing a ship, and on the way back, and it kind of cuts to a flashback of them just kind of being like excited because they got a lot of treasure. And then they just kind of like playing with like the goals. A lot of like gold, some gems, a cross, necklace. The guy in the baguette who's telling the story is wearing a crown. And then the guy in like the bug and kind of like the beanie is kind of like, who would have thought that such a small ship could carry so much loot? And then the guy in the crown puts a crown saying, maybe Buggy will greatly reward us. And then the guy in the beanie kind of goes, what's that little boat doing there? And kind of go by closer, and you kind of see there's someone fainted at the side of that boat. And they kind of go closer and say, oh, it's a girl. And the guy in the beanie kind of goes like, hey, what's wrong with you? Are you almost dead? And then it kind of shows the face. It's a girl with like kind of like a orangish hair, wearing like a white shirt, blue colors, and like a thing, and kind of like the skirt. And she kind of goes, "Am I dreaming? I actually found someone in this vast ocean. And then like being kind of weak and kind of being like, I don't know who you guys are, but can you please give me a cup of water, please? And if it's convenient, please provide me a small piece of bread. I was in a shipwreck." And then like the girl's kind of like motioning to the chest that's like behind her, being like, "If you want money, I'll give it to you. Please save me." And then the three guys are just kind of like, "Sure, we'll save you." And then they kind of ask, "But can we see that treasure chest first?" And then the girl's just kind of like, "Sure, please take whatever you want, but please give me water first." And then they kind of go like, "What's your hurry? Let me take a look at this treasure first." And they're kind of like, "Yeah, we'll save you. Don't worry." And then change up 180. The girl's just going, "Since you guys seem to like it so much, I'll give you the boat too as a bonus." And she just sails away with their ship. And all three of the crew members are just like, "Ah!" He's like, "That woman took our treasure and our ship." And they immediately kind of realize that the chest is empty. And then it kind of pans out as the three members are just kind of like still in shock at this. And then the girl saying, "There's a bit of a dark cloud towards the south. Found a cloud approaching. The storm falling it. The wind will pick up and then that boat will sink." And then, boom, sinks. And the girl's going, "Bingo." And then, like, near the end of the flashback says, "Bye-bye, I'm taking your treasure." And then the three guys are like, "Damn you, you planned this. Someone help us." And then the flashback kind of ends. And then the beanie guy is just kind of like yelling, "And that's what happened. Terrible, huh?" And then the guys are holding him back. And then Zoro just kind of says, "Can she can predict the weather? This girl must be something special. Wonder if she'd join us." And the three guys kind of says, "If I find her, I'm gonna kill her." And they're like, "First we gotta get our loot back." "Yeah, if we go back empty-handed, Buggy will." And then Zoro kind of asks, "Who's Buggy?" Just interrupting the guy. And then the guy in the beanie just kind of says, "He's our pirate leader. Haven't you ever heard of Buggy the Clown? He's a dangerous man who ate one of the devil fruits." And Zoro's like, "Ate a devil fruit?" And then it kind of cuts to near a dock where you see like a big ship. Very circus theme. On top of it is like kind of like a circus tent. Everything's all like circus themes. Heck, even like the figurehead where it has like cannons on it, it's like an elephant, and on the trunk there's like a cannon. That's pretty nice. It's pretty cool. Then it cuts to a town, and then you just kind of hear, "Stop! You can't run for us, thief! Give back our navigation map." And then you kind of see it's the girl going, and she kind of goes, "I finally have it. The navigation chart to the Grand Line." And then it's two pirates. I'm running back. They're like, "Damn, if we don't get that map back, we're dead." And then our guy kind of goes, "If we let the captain know what happened, we're going to have an ugly death." And they're like, "Report in, Captain Buggy. There's an unknown flying object in the air." And they kind of yell, "Use the cannons to shoot it down!" "Aye, Captain!" And then, boom, a cannon fired at the bird, and Luffy drops to the ground, slamming. And they kind of go, and then the three guys are chasing the girl, going, "Someone fell from the sky." And then the girl's kind of going like, "What?" And then like it's Luffy. He's kind of getting up, saying, "Why did they shoot me with the cannon? Damn it!" And then the three guys are kind of like, "What the? He's still alive." And Luffy kind of goes like, "Fine, landed." Then the girl kind of thinks the idea. And then the girl's going, "Oh, boss, you're finally here. I've been waiting for you to save me." And then the girl kind of runs away saying, "I'll leave everything to you." And they're like, "Ah, she ran off again. Why we don't have to chase that girl anymore?" And they kind of look down at Luffy saying, "Her boss is still here." And one of the guys saying, "That's true. They're together always." And, and they kind of go, "Am I right, boss?" They're like, "That map was Captain Buzzing's treasure." And then as the guy kind of moves away, like it kind of knocks off Luffy's straw hat, and Luffy just punches the guy right in the face, knocking him out, and he says, "Don't you dare mess up my hat." Just one of the most serious we'll see Luffy in. And they kind of go, "You, damn you." Then all of a sudden you just hear, "Wow, you're really strong." It's the girl. She's back on top of like one of the roofs of like one of the nearby buildings, and kind of goes, "You beat those guys with swords barehanded." And then Luffy kind of goes, "Hey, who are you?" And then like the last kind of like couple scenes in the chapter is the girl saying, "I am a thief who only steals treasure from pirates. My name is Nami. Want to be partners?" And Luffy kind of goes, "You only steal treasure from pirates?" End of chapter. Pretty solid introduction. We get to see a little bit of like we got a new character now in the story of Nami. We get introduced to the main what we're presuming to be the main antagonist of this little couple chapters of Buggy. He has a very nice ship. Like I'll say that ship is very nice, very creative. And then even like for the chapter, I kind of enjoy the fact that like we get a little background to kind of show more of like Nami's kind of like nature and personality. And just like yeah, no, honestly, it's like pretty good chapter. I enjoy it, and I think this will be pretty good. So I know I said in the last video that I had kind of like a special announcement. Here it is. I am gonna release kind of like a story. I've always wanted to do one, so I just kind of said like, hey, might as well take this opportunity to kind of make one. So I released a story. The title is called Rise of the Berserker. It's gonna be a realistic fantasy story. And what I mean by that is saying, yeah, there will be some supernatural elements, but it'll be more focused on like the realism. Like, if I were to give a comparison, imagine like Skyrim on like survival mode. If you guys ever played it, like that's probably the biggest thing. And then official release date of this will be like to be determined as of this moment. Like I literally just kind of made like what I'm gonna use for like my cover. And then like yeah, no, I have like a bunch of chapters already like written for it. But like in terms of like a schedule, in terms of like where I'm gonna put it on, I'm still kind of like working out those details. So probably by like the next week, I'll probably have like a confirmed answer. But no, yeah, just something that I just always wanted to do. So I'm gonna do it just because out of enjoyment and because I enjoy stories. It does have some One Piece elements to it, and also just other like works of fiction that I just enjoy. I just kind of combine a lot of stuff in there. And then yeah, no, make sure to like, subscribe, check out. Still like make sure to just enjoy it just for the content in general. And of course, make sure you follow my TikTok. I understand I haven't really like plugged it a lot, but at the same time, I'm just like, hey, please just follow my TikTok. It helps me out a lot. I would greatly appreciate it. And the TikTok is called AP Beans too. Greatly appreciate it. Later, everyone.